this vaccine is there's no going back, but they will like. So the link to the video will be the description below. Go in segment. So let's into this vaccine in 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, how we doing today? I think something you guys could relate to, something I hope you guys all relate to, what I'm about to say. I think everybody at some point in their life has thought, what if I could go back to age like 5
Yeah.
with all the knowledge I have right now? Like, what would that be like? The obvious answers are like, I would buy Bitcoin, bro. I would bet on the NBA Finals. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But we've all thought deeper than that, I'm sure. Because me, myself, I think like, oh, like, I wouldn't make that mistake that I made in middle school. I'd be more confident. I wouldn't spend that money on that. Or like, just stuff like that, man. But what's crazy for me to grasp is that you can never go back. You can never do that. That's all hypothetical. And obviously, I understand it very well. I understand how time works. I accept how time works. I have to, bro. But it is crazy for me. You know, I can't fathom the fact that you just can't go back. It's crazy. Everything you're living right now, everything you're experiencing, the world that you live in is gonna be history. It's becoming history. It's gonna be history. And I'm not just talking about like current events and, you know, crazy shit that happens in the world. I'm talking about like you, yourself, you know, your family. Like, this is all your personal history that you're living right now. And 90%, that's a very inaccurate percentage, by the way, just spitballing, but 90% of like the things that you're experiencing right now, the things that you're seeing, your present moment, you'll completely forget about it. That's even crazy for me to understand, is like, if I just think about my entire life, I remember just like a few specific moments, you know? Obviously, if you prompted me to think deeper, I could trigger certain memories. You know what? I just had an interesting question pop up in my mind. How many memories do we have? Like a base number. How many memories could we actually remember in our mind? I wonder. But it's like all this, I'm not gonna remember most of it, except for the key moments, you know? I will remember making this video, but I won't remember what it was like sitting here right now talking. You know? And I guess that makes it a little more important to focus on the present moment. Always been a big believer in focusing on the present moment. I believe I've preached it on this channel before. It's very hard to stay in the present moment, because me, obviously this video is about thinking in the past. You know, thinking that just shit will never happen again.
Yeah.
One thing that's crazy for me to grasp in that regard, childhood. You're never going to experience your childhood again.
Yeah.
Like, the years you live right now, if you're an adult, I'm 18 personally, but like if you're living your 20s, obviously you're never going to experience your 20s again, but like year after year, you will still experience what it's like to be an adult. You know, you will get to make these decisions on your own. You will be independent. Childhood, we're never going to be dependent on, again, never going to live with my parents again. Like, I'm never going to be a kid, bro. And I guess you could say I still am a kid, and I guess I am in some regards, you know. I think a lot of people would view me as a kid still. I would probably view myself as a kid still, but I am an adult at the end of the day. And I will never get to experience what it was truly like to be like 14, 15, 16 in high school, you know. Never experience middle school again, elementary school, all that. It's gone. And that's why I popped the question at the start of the video. What would you do if you could go back at age 5? You will never get to experience what it's like to be 5 years old again, man. And that's such a unique feeling. That childlike innocence, that childlike wonder, you know, the curiosity, just everything, like, you're never gonna get that again. That's kind of sucks. But it's also a good thing that time moves forward. And I think we all know that, you know. Getting older is good. I mean, it sucks, but it's good at the end of the day. You know, if I was stuck for a kid forever, I think I would not be happy. I think my mind used to be blown, like, when the year would change on December 31st to January 1st. Like, going from, like, 2014 to 15, 15 to 16, going from 2019 to 2020 was a pretty big one, pretty important one. You know, I think everybody was like, damn, it's 2020. I can't even imagine what people thought like 1999 going to 2000, man. That must have been crazy. I should ask my parents. But like, I think now that I'm older, it's like, oh yeah, the year's changing. Like, yeah, it's 2025 this year. Like, yeah. And like as a kid, it was like, oh my gosh, like I'm writing 2017 on my paper instead of 2016 now. What? Like, I don't know. I don't know. There's not a big point I'm making there. It's just something I want to talk about for a sec. But it is crazy that like every single day that passes, I think today is January 31st, 2025, January 30th. Let's just say 31st. There's never gonna be another January 31st, 2025. You know? What? Like, there will be many January 31st in the future, but none of them will be 2025. And there will be many days in 2025, but none of them will be January 31st again. And that's pretty crazy for me to grasp again, you know?
Yeah.
One big question that I've asked myself before is, do I have any regrets? Because everything that's happened up until right now has made me the man I am right now. You know, so it's like, if that stuff didn't happen, then I'd be kind of different. I'd probably be less aware, a little less smart, a little less aware of my actions and my mistakes, you know, because I wouldn't have made those mistakes. So I guess, like, I do regret making mistakes and, like, all the stupid stuff I've done or said over the years. But it's like, I think I am glad that it happened, because everything has made me who I am right now. And it's like, if some of that stuff didn't happen, I might be like an arrogant asshole, bro. I might be a piece of shit. Who knows? So even though mistakes like suck a lot in the moment, I am grateful for them. You know, made me a better person at the end of the day. And time is gonna keep moving on, guys. I'm gonna stop this video. I've been recording this for 9 minutes and 40 seconds. But the seconds will keep ticking. The days will go on, the weeks will go on, man. And there's nothing we can do about that. And that is pretty crazy, pretty wild. But it is the world we live in, so it is a thing that happens. It's a thing that has been happening seemingly forever. How long has time been a thing?
Forever. Because how would time start if it never started? If it never exists, how would it start?
I think that's an existential question for another day, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, do something crazy. I don't know. Don't commit any crimes. But we are closing in on 30K subscribers. I'm on track to hit it today. So if you guys would please consider subscribing, I would really appreciate that. You know, you can be a part of the JWool community before we hit 30K. Anyways, man, you guys are awesome. Have a good day.
There's no going back, but they will. The link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out. Wow. It be too. There's no going back, yeah. That's so very true, yeah. Wow. So, but like if you like, and comment below if you want to see more reaction like this one. And subscribe if you're new, and click the bell so you can be notified me below. Bye. Wow.